Well, post office is closed. Gotta go back home. Oh, it sucks. YouTube, what's happening? Here we are again in another 978 Customs video. And I want to bring to you another guy from the list, Spider-Man 2020. To be honest, I had him prepped up already for the last 2 weeks. His body was sanded, I had the parts ready to go, but I kind of slacked on him and I decided to make a list, as you guys are all aware of. And in that list, we had some cooler Spider-Man. So I decided to push this guy back, and we did Kane and we did Zombie. I pushed him back a little bit. I was kind of debating on it. I was trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with it, or what I was going to do with it, and if I was going to make it exactly comic accurate or just leave certain things the way they are. And that's what I decided to do. So again, this is Spider-Man 2020. If you guys are not familiar with them, his first appearance was in Death's Head 2 issue 4. I guess in the future, in the alternate universe, there was this guy Charnel who had this time machine, and I guess the Punisher, Doctor Strange, Daredevil, and Spider-Man had to team up to grab the time machine. And I guess in the process of grabbing that time machine, Spider-Man had died. But what he contributed to that story was heroic. With great power comes great responsibility. That's mostly in every comic, and that's why I enjoyed making Spider-Man, because regardless of what rendition or character he is, he usually has those same morals and basic standards, and I mess with Spider-Man for that. But let's get into the custom. No more talking, no more jibber jabber. This is a pretty easy custom to do. The only hard part, I'm going to tell you the truth, is the logo. I despise to do these logos. I don't despise them, it's just I know they take a lot of precision when you do this logo. With white paint, you have such little time before it dries and flakes and chalks. So now I like this design a lot. It's just simple, it's black and white. Looks like the symbiote suit. It's not the symbiote suit, it's a fabric suit. We don't know who made it, but we know that Mary Jane made the other fabric suit to kind of resemble the symbiote suit, but doesn't have the same capabilities. And that's the reason why I even put a whipping hand back there. I know a lot of people were complaining on the symbiote spider how he didn't have a whipping hand, so I have a whipping hand. If you want to see where the inspiration came for this figure, you can take a look at the reference shot right here. So as I was working on this, I pulled up 2 different reference shots, and both were pretty similar. One was older and the other one was new from the Ultimate Spider-Man game. And so I looked at the older comic, The Death's Head, and I noticed he had a ponytail and his belt was green. And then in the Ultimate Spider-Man game, he has no ponytail and his belt is this like metallic, dirty red, burgundy-ish. I couldn't even pinpoint a color, so I tried my best to replicate that color. And the reason why I went with the new Ultimate Spider-Man one, he's gonna be more popular for the newer generation of people who are not familiar with this. Even I wasn't familiar with this. If I replicated the Ultimate Spider-Man version, then the newer generation would probably gravitate towards it more, or recognize it at least and say, oh, I played that in the Ultimate Spider-Man game. Let me get them for you. Now you guys know this is a Nick Fury body. It's pretty much all Nick Fury except these hands and head and belt. This belt comes from Daredevil. This is Scarlet Spider head. Just painted it black. And then these are Ben Reilly hands. So Ben Reilly hands, Scarlet Spider-Man head, and the Daredevil belt along with the Nick Fury body. And you can have yourself one of these action figures. Now this is alright, man. I like this figure. I made one tiny mistake. I made one mistake I'll get into in a little bit. But for the most part, that's what the figure is. If you guys want to know the articulation, you guys know that these guys all move the same as your regular Marvel Legends. So you shouldn't have too much hindering. So you should be okay. Legs go up. So you guys know your standard articulation for Marvel Legends. I'm not going to run through it. If you guys want to see stuff like that, then you should check out the actual reviewers. Yep, so that's it. He has one exposed arm. I also gave him a whipping hand, and the reason for that is because I wanted you guys to know that these hands weren't reused from the Black Suit Spider-Man. These are not Black Suit Spider-Man hands. They're Ben Reilly's. I just repainted them. It's You still see the blue peg in there. Ben Reilly hands. So yeah, that's why I gave him a whipping hand pretty much, just to kind of let the viewers know that this is not a black suit Spider-Man head. I didn't take that shortcut, hand. And also, that's not a black suit Spider-Man head. I did not take that shortcut either. I just went out and just did it myself. Now the belt, I don't really like this color belt. It looks pink and purple and stuff. I mean, I like it. Has some shading though, you can tell. It's some like dark burgundy metallic with some metallic red in there. I kept the Nick Fury leg holster. This character is known to have guns, so just be aware of that. You might say, oh, he doesn't have guns. This one does have guns. Oh, by the way, I gave him, these are the Nick Fury hands that came with the figure, and it'd be good just to hold the gun. I didn't paint them. I was going to, except the problem was, as I was sanding down this joint, I sanded it down way too much and it snapped. It was fine, but when I pulled it off the figure, it snapped. So I can't use this hand anymore. That hand is garbage. Maybe I can use this for something else and then just get a new joint. I was supposed to put some black lines around the feet, but I didn't want to ruin these nice white boots. And chances of me messing up a line, and I couldn't clean it up because it's extremely white. I don't think any paint I have would match this white. It's just so white. So I didn't want to take the chance of messing up and putting those black lines on it, so I left it that way. The white strap is still there. I didn't give him the web shooters, because if I did, I would have to put the web shooters under these wrists, and then I would have to sculpt some wrist guards up here and then make these into the web shooters. So I didn't feel like sculpting any web shooters. So I just decided to leave it like that. Most people wouldn't know anyway. You wouldn't even really know. If I didn't tell you that, you probably wouldn't even know. There's some really deep comic book fans though that actually know about this character, and some of them had already asked me, well, doesn't he have long hair? Where's his hair? And I was like, damn, because originally I wanted to do his hair, but when I saw the Ultimate Spider-Man version one from the video game, it didn't have the hair, so I was like, oh, I could just do it without it. Oh, another thing I want to mention about this figure, right? Normally when it comes to sealing, I'll seal with gloss, and then I'll add some matte on top of it afterwards, just to give it a Hasbro kind of shine. But with the black figures, they don't have that same glossiness. You see how this is a little more glossy? I usually make my figures with this kind of gloss. This one doesn't have that, which is good because it just absorbs a lot more light, where this kind of reflects. So that's just what I did. I just matted it up all the way. I didn't have any gloss on it. I just matted it to kind of match the already black figures that Hasbro has been releasing. So again, they will look good together. They will appear as if they come from the same line. But I'm happy I made them, honestly. I'm happy we have another one off the list. So this, what, 3 down off the list. We got Kane, we got Zombie, we got him. Who else do we need? Mania, Blood Spider, Spider Herc, and then we're gonna move on to a new list, right? So we got those 3 guys. And who knows, man, maybe we'll sneak another one in during that time, but we have a couple days left to the end of the year, so I just want to get as many guys out to you. Well, hopefully I can get another one out before the end of the year. I wanted to do this for a while now. It took me a couple days to kind of figure out exactly what I wanted to do, but it took me maybe about 10 hours, 12 hours to paint entirely. It's pretty simple, just all black and then the logo. So it was a really easy paint job, and then his hand was flesh tone. But I do like it. People are feeling weird about the logo going all the way down to the crotch, but I don't mind. So it's a really simple design. It's a really cool costume. I think it's pretty awesome. If you want me to line him up with a couple other guys and compare him to the black suit Spider-Man, here he is. So there's Symbiote Spider-Man standing next to Spider-Man 2020, and you can see that it's the same logo, except the one on the left is not a symbiote suit, and the one on the right is the symbiote. But they both look cool. Their heads are different. It's the same heads though. I mean, painted the eyes just slightly different here, just to kind of give them a more gritty look. This looks more like curious and angry, but like just what? So I like them both. I like them both. You could even swap this off, take this off, and put it on here, and it'll still work. So, but actually, you know what I thought was funny? I thought it looks cool. Let me show you this. Now, I don't know if this is probably a good idea. His head's not on all the way, but I think it looks pretty friggin' cool like that. He looks like a Cuban B. I want to take out that ponytail, that Rico Suave ponytail, and then probably sculpt some new hair on it, and I could turn this into a more grittier Spider-Man, like a darker Peter Parker. This would be pretty dope, actually. So that's what they look side by side. If you want, I can show you Punisher too. There's the Punisher next to Spider-Man 2020, and you can see that they do look exactly the same. I could have used the Punisher body just to kind of take a bigger shortcut, but I don't like that body much. I really hate these arm joints, these shoulder joints. I wanted to review this figure a while ago because I don't like it. I don't know why no one else complains. I mean, I've seen maybe 1 or 2 people complain about it, but no one else complains about this figure. It's like these arms don't go up, period. They get stuck there. I have to turn them. I just hate these arms, honestly. These are terrible arms. But here they are. They look good together anyway. And if you want, I can also pull up Venom. Matter of fact, let's pull all 4 of them up. So there's Spider-Man 2099 lined up with the Punisher, Venom, and the black suit symbiote Spider-Man. So from left to right, Pizza Spider body, Bucky cap, the Grim Reaper body, followed by the Hyperion. So Hyperion, Grim Reaper, Bucky cap, Pizza Spidey. And they're all different sizes, they're all different scales, and I think it's pretty cool. I like how 2020 kind of looks exactly like the Punisher. So comparing them to that comic, they look really well together. But that's them pretty much. So there he is, YouTube, Spider-Man 2020. I appreciate y'all for coming by again. If you want to see more obscure Spider-Man customs, feel free to come back at any time. Just click the button, subscribe, like the video. If you got some questions or any comments or anything you want to add to this, comment down below. Yes, I realize he is missing a ponytail, but feel free to comment down below. Again, thank you all. Thank you for watching. You want to see, look, I'm at the motherfucking post office. I can't send those packages, brother, man. I'm very sorry. I'll get them out to you tomorrow, most likely.